Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sherry. Today we are going to make this lovely hat, and it's made with Stylecraft wool, but we'll go into all that later. What I wanted to say is I put this label on and I realised it was upside down, and when I've been upstairs, well here, I've found some labels that I got made quite a while ago with my name on, so I'm just going to put them on instead. I think it looked cute. So I've made this style of hat quite a few times. This was one that I made with just a chunky yarn with speckles in it, and I put a white pom-pom on the top. Then I've done one with 2 strands of scrap yarn of different colours, so that's quite cute. I have got my wig on today because when I wore it without a wig it didn't look right. And then I've done 2 just with scrap yarn that I just put together and roll into a ball, and see what comes next. No rhyme or reason. So I will use in US terms for all of my tutorials, and the links to products that I'll be using will be below in the description. I also get affiliate commission from those links, and I can sell them on Etsy. They should be on Etsy by now, so if anybody wanted to purchase or just have a look at them, you can. So here I'll kick off with the video, and I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. To make our beanie, the things that we're going to need will be your ruler or a measuring tape, a pom-pom, a button to attach with your pom-pom, your darning needle, scissors, a 6mm hook and a 5mm hook. I'm using today this absolutely gorgeous, I don't know if you can see, little sparkliness of the wool there. So it's Stylecraft Wonderland Chunky, and it's in the shade Sleigh Ride, and it calls for a 6mm hook. My tension is always quite off, loosey-goosey, so I'll start with a 6mm for my first chain, but I'll drop down to a 5.5mm. So let's get started. Using the 6mm hook, I'm going to make a slip knot, and I'm going to chain 12 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So according to my measurements on the ruler, for 12 inches is 42 chains for this wool. So just remember, when you're using a different type of wool and a different size hook, that you'll always get a different result. So you'll need to measure. I always like to measure because it's got to measure to fit somebody. So yeah, I've got 42. I'll keep a note of that in my little notebook, and then if I need to use this type of wool or similar, then I'll have a quick note of, jot it down, so I've got a note of it for future reference. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'll just move the ruler out of the way. So I've decided, I did say I was going to go down a hook size, but I quite like this 6mm size. And we've done 42 chains, so I'm going to half double crochet all the way back along this row. So it's yarn over and into the 3rd chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. Should we go closer in? So it's not that one, but this one. Yarn over, pull through all 3 together. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, all 3 together. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull 3 together. Yarn over, So we're just going to do that to the very last 5 stitches. I like the feel of this yarn. And the great thing about it being variegated colours, you'll get, it's like a nice, not a nice surprise, but it's nice to have a change in colours. Do you find that you start a project and you're absolutely in love with the colours, and then by the time you finish, it's like decorating a room. You start off and you absolutely love it and you can't wait to get going, and then halfway through that you're sick of the sight of it and you just want to try something else. That's what I'm like with my crocheting. So you just carry along, half double crochets in every stitch. So we're nearly at the end and we've got about 5 stitches left, and this is going to be the top end where we'll be adding our pom-poms to the top of the hat. And I don't want it to be that wide, I want it to narrow in. So instead of doing a half double crochet for the last few stitches, I'm just going to do a single crochet, and that'll cinch the top down and make it easier to taper into the top of the hat. So we're just going to single crochet into every stitch for the last 5 stitches. So that's it for completing that row. I'm going to chain 1 and turn. Now this row I want to go into the back loop of the stitch because I want to make like a ribbed effect. So this is my turning chain, and I always class it as my first double crochet, or sorry, single crochet in this case. So I'm going to flip the work towards you and close in a bit so you can see. Can you see? No. So with using the back of the loop, instead of going through your normal way that you would through your stitch, you're just going to pick up that back. So it's the third, I always call these little V's, and that's the furthest one away from me, so that's what you're going to use. And we're still only on single crochet for the first 5 stitches, so that's 1 was our turning stitch, then 2, 3, 4 and 5. So that would be the top of our hat. And now I'm going to half double crochet, so it's yarn over, go through the back of the loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. So it's yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3. We're just going to carry on using this stitch for the rest of this row. And you can see where we had a little bit, and the red's got sparkles. So lovely. So we're just going to do that again for the rest of this row, and I'll meet you at the end. You can see already how it's just tapering off at this side. We're coming down to the end of this row, so half double crochet, and when you get to the bottom, we won't be going into the very last stitch, we won't be going into the back loop only, because it makes it a bit, I wanted to make it a bit more sturdy and a bit neater on the ends. I'm just going to go through the front of the back stitch. So rather than just pick up that one, which you could, it's up to yourself, but I like to pick up from the front as well on my very end ones, just to make it nice and neat. And I'm going to chain 2 on this side, turn your work, not into that front stitch, that first stitch there, but we're going into the back of that one. So it's yarn over, put through, and yarn over, pull through 3. So this is your pattern now for the rest of the hat. So don't forget to reduce your stitches at the end. I mean, it won't be the end of the world if you do, but it's just nice to have the tapered end, which you'll see for your end. It'll be a few minutes from now because I'm going to just carry on and not film all that because it'll be boring for you. Yeah, but I can feel my tensions getting loose now, but I think I quite like it this anyway. But if you find that your tension is too loose, you can drop down half a hook size. So I'm on 6 now. I would drop down to a 5.5. But I quite like it. And because you're going into the heart to only the back loop, you're only picking up half of the stitch, so that also makes it loose. I'll get to the end of this and I'll show you one more time the tapered end. Here we are coming up to the end. So we've done our half double crochets all the way up, and now we're just swapping over to the single crochets in the back loop only. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the very last one, because it does go a bit skew, I prefer to go in the front like I said before. So just go in the front and it's chain 1 and turn and single crochets 5 stitches, not in the first, not into that one, but into this one here. And this always gives me a lovely straight edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. You do another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's half double crochet again. Went up to the back loop only. I like this because the changing of the yarn colours is really pretty. So we'll carry on doing this for, I'll just measure up and I'll let you know how many rows we have to do. It's coming together nicely. I'm going to say we'll do 40 and then we'll measure and then we'll know. I could do, and then I'll try and make a chart and I'll pop it in somewhere on this video of different age groups and the amount of rows that you'll probably need. So I'm just going to measure around my head because I want to get, I've got the soft tape measure now. I couldn't find that before. I've had a little scout about in my drawers and things. Ooh, I misses 22 inches. So I'm like a medium lady size. So 22. I'm just going to make a note of it. And I'm going to measure what I've done so far. So I've got our 22. I'll just hold that there. And then I'm going to just check. Look how delish. Yes, I'm a little while off yet. So I'll put my 22 there. I want to pull it though because it's very, very stretchy and I don't want it too thick on my head. So by this I've got about another 3 inches left to do. I've also found in my stash, these are also for putting pom-poms on, I think, but I'm not sure how you do them yet. So I'll have to watch a little video on how to do that as well. So I will see you back in another couple of inches. I've got about 20 inches there. Just when you stretch it out, it can go quite far. It is very, very stretchy, and this stitch helps it to become stretchy. So that's why it's ideal for a hat, because you do need it to be stretchy. But I'm conscious that if I make it too big, then it'll, you know, it'll end up being stretched out and be far too big. So I'm going to do my last row. So I'll just do that. It's not perfect. I do have a little bit of a wobbly line down here, but it's nice that it's with the green and the red, it's just perfect color wise anyways. And then I've only got that much left, so if you were going to make a pom-pom in this, you might have enough to do a pom-pom as well. But you could also do a headband maybe, but that's what I was wanting to do, so I might go and get another ball of this tomorrow and do a smaller hat and a headband out of it, but we'll see, we shall see. So I'm just going to half double crochet all the way back down to the bottom, and then I'll meet you there for our next step. So I've got down to the bottom end now, and I'm going to just fold it. There was a knot, so I want that on the inside. There it is. So that was already in the yarn, which was a bit disappointing, but there you go. So you can either put the right sides together, and I'm going to sew or crochet up the inside of there. I think I'm just going to crochet up. So I'm going to go down a hook size to the 5.5 millimeter, and just came out there. So I'm just single crochet up the side. I will usually make this seam as well. I'll make it to the back of the hat, so then you've got your back seam. I hope you can see there. So all I'm doing is single crocheting. So we'll do that all the way up to the top. And I'll meet you back when we get to the top. So we're getting close to the top seam. I'm just going to make sure that we've got the very last single crochets in place. And then I'm going to snip. So just going to down our needle. Oops, I forgot to leave that off. There we go. So now, because we've tapered the top in, you can see that it's a bit smaller than this end, which would have been the fat end to sew in. So all I'm going to do is pick up at the end of every ribbed row. I'm just going to pick up a loop and work my way around. And pull them tight as I go. You could just do a running stitch. It might be easier for yourself because this might snap. So we could do a running snitch. A running stitch in and out through the top. Without it coming off your needle, and then that'll bring it a bit tighter. So if I'd have left a long enough thread on the end, I would have doubled it up to make it really strong, but I got myself in a bit of a knot, so I had to cut it. But realistically, I would have liked it to be double strands. Let's see if this doesn't snap first. So when we get round to the beginning, we're just going to make sure you bunch it all and even all your ruffle out. So we're just going to do that again, and then we're back to the first. So we're going to just try and pull it as tight as we can, cinch it in, and because we're going, that's probably better, the in-out one, and then we've got our tail that we started with, so I'm just going to use that to make myself a knot. And it's at this point that I will, there we go, that's going to be our hole in the top. So if you want it a bit small, you could go across and then across from the bottom to the middle. Now for me personally, this is the point. Hopefully I can get through this needle. Oh, I just had a vision then. I've not been able to do it. Right, let me go back to... That's what you get for picking the wrong size button. Let's try these. So this, I got these off Amazon. I'll try and link them below. So I'm just going to sew this in place here. And the reason why we like to have these removable is just when you wash your hat, because you don't want to wash your fluffy pumpkin. Oh, I'm going back to bed. Fluffy pom-pom. So you want to be able to pop on your pom-pom, pom-tiddly-um-pom, and pop it off so you can wash it without ruining them. Right, Sherry, get your words out. So I've actually got the button on now, and I'm just going to wrap around, securing everything the best way that I can. Let's hopefully I'll be able to do it. I forgot, I have got some little tags as well. You like a little homemade tag somewhere, so I might be able to put one of those on as well. I'm just in the middle of sorting out the craft room. I've got that much stuff here, there and everywhere all over the house. I've bought some little drawer dividers, so I'm going to be using those and putting these buttons in one and the tags in another. So hopefully I'll be all nice and neat. I bought some big beads and they've got no holes in them. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, so that's the button we want. Hopefully I can get the pom-pom through the top. I'm going to turn it outside in. There we go. So at this point, if you didn't want a pom-pom on, you could do it without your pom-pom, which is still really, really cute. But I'm going to go for a pom-pom. And apparently, if you use your hairdryer, you can fluff up these pom-poms. Now then, it's just finding the actual pommy pom-pom bit. Yeah, I've definitely lost the plot. So, using your hook, come up through the centre of your hat, grab the elastic, pull that through, and then wrap it around your button. And pull that out the other end. I was trying to reverse the needle, but I was making more mess. So there, that is the underneath of your pom-pom attached to your hat through the button, and then that's it on the outside. Okay. And that's how much yarn I've got left, not much. So I found a little leather strip thing, and the yarn that I'm using is too strong, so I've got some embroidery thread, so we'll have to go with that, and I've got a small needle. Now when I come to do the put a tag on, I like them to the front and just to the side, so it's maybe on line with your eyebrow. So that's the same for the back. I know I could make it so you couldn't tell it, but I like to feel the same where the back of my hat's gonna go. So for me, I like that. So if I flip that over, oh, that's nice because it's a bit more red to the front. And then I'll just decide where I'm going to pop my tag about there. In fact, I did do a bit of a boo-boo. I don't know if you can see. So, handmade with love, which way is that? It's upside down. What do I do it now? Right. So I've got our little tag there. So I'll just pop that on there. I've also got my needle, which I can't do anything with these nails. And I've got the yarn, so I'm going to use one of these. I think I bought a packet and there was 100 in them, but they're as flimsy. Maybe use them once or twice and then that's it. But they're still handy, quick for when you're doing your darning or your sewing. I hope this comes through the needle. No, see, it snapped. Right, I'm going to have to use the teeth. Oh, no, I was going to use my teeth then. Oh, well, that's that gone in the bin already. So with this, I'm just going to double it up, stick a knot in the bottom of it, and start from the inside of the brim of the hats where you can't see it. Can't wait, I haven't even tried this on yet. So that's the knot. I'm just going to snip the end off. Come on, girl. No, I just want to work nice and calmly, because I feel like I'm rushing, and the more that I'm rushing myself, the more mistakes that I'm making. Have you ever found that as well? I always find when I'm getting close to finishing a project that I rush. So I should have went the other way, shouldn't I? So I'm going out. You see that? Through the leather on the opposite side, and then out, and then to the inside, to the outside. You can get the little tags with the screw things on now as well. So I think next time I buy some, I'll get them. So I want to actually jump over to this one. So we'll do that on the inside where we're not going to see. And then we'll do outside. And then inside. That's another little handy little business. So if somebody's got something that can make these, I don't know if you'd be able to make them on the Cricut maker. Has anybody had that one of those before? So I'm just going to come around the back and tidy this up a little bit. I'm just going to grab that, come up the middle. Just want to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. That's the last little bit, and I'm going to pop a little knot in there, then back to this end, and a little knot in this end. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, I'm not fussed. Not fussed. Right. And there we have our hat with the pom-pom. Oh, it's so cute. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you can have a go at this yourself. I am Shez Crochet on Instagram, so you could send me your makes on there. That would be lovely. thank you very much for watching, and I hope you would like to subscribe. Thanks. Bye bye now.